Hello, second year students, and welcome to our third lecture. As you remember, we previously talked about the syntactical problems of literary translation, and in today's lecture, we're going to tackle other kinds of problems, namely cultural problems. Translation is not simply a matter of translating words. When you translate, you are working with language and culture. Language is one of the many social activities through which a culture or the culture of its speakers is manifested. So when we are translating, we are not dealing merely with language, we are dealing also with culture, and language is a way of expressing, of revealing culture. Okay, so we need to understand the culture, not only the language we're dealing with. We also need to understand the culture of the source language as well as the culture of the target. Okay, so in order to be a bridge between the two languages and two cultures. So we have a difficulty. We have a culture bound expressions. We need to translate into Arabic. What is meant, by the way, by culture bound expressions? I mean, those expressions that are highly rooted, okay, highly rooted in the culture of the source language. Of the source culture. Okay, so just like here, let me take you here. uh, when I have this sentence, I will see you Friday noon in the bar. Bar is considered as a culture bound expression, okay, because we don't have bars. I don't have a bar in my neighborhood. Okay, so this can be considered or can be viewed as a culture bound expression. Okay, and when we deal with when we want to translate this expression, we have several strategies, several or many steps to follow. So let's go through the steps, the suggested steps for translating culturally bound words, which are: the first one is making up a new word. Okay, so either we just create a new novel expression in our language, or explaining the meaning of the source language expression in lieu of translating it. So instead of translating the expression, the culture bound expression, we can just render or explain the meaning. Okay, explain the meaning of the expression, okay, in our Arabic language to our Arabic audience. Okay, also we can preserve the source language term intact. So we can just take the expression itself and put it in our translation, but here we have to just add footnote or explain, add further information, okay, further explanation, in order to make our translation comprehensible for our readers. Opting for a word in the target language which seems similar or has the same relevance as the target language term. So we can just tend to use a similar expression, okay, to that of the source culture. Okay, just like here, they rendered bar into al-maqha. So it is not the same. It is not the same actually, but it is similar. It is similar. Okay, so these are steps you can make. Okay, you can make use of the following steps for translating a culturally bound words. Okay, so we have a difficulty, we have a problem, and we have solutions. Actually, different authors give different names to strategies for dealing with these words, okay, in general. So many strategies, but actually they are okay. I mean different names for similar strategies. Okay. So we have Newmark provides two methods to deal with cultural problems in translation. We have transference and componential analysis. He states that transference gives local color, keeping cultural names and concepts, and this includes transliteration. Transliteration is to borrow, to take the expression of the source language and put it in the target in our target text, in our translation, but we express it in our Arabic alphabet. Okay, so to be as close as possible to our Arabic language, okay, Arabic culture. The other strategy is componential. Newmark stresses the importance of the translation process in communication, suggesting componential analysis, which he describes as being the most accurate translation procedure. So for Newmark, componential analysis is the most accurate translation procedure, which excludes the culture, okay, يستبعد الculture, and highlights the message. So here he's after the message itself, the meaning of the culture bound expression. Okay, so he rendered the meaning, okay, to his audience. So it involves comparing a source language word with the target language word, which has a similar meaning. So we provide an expression that has a similar meaning. Okay, not necessarily the exact meaning, but it's not an obvious one-to-one equivalency, not the exact meaning, but similar one, by demonstrating first their common and then their differing sense components. So we tend to use an expression that has a similar meaning, okay, similar meaning to the source expression, source language expression. There are other strategies that can be utilized, that can be used to bridge cultural gaps in translation, just like domestication and foreignization. So we have domestication. Domestication aims at making the translated text closer to the target language culture. Okay, so here we keep an eye on the target language culture. Okay, we try to make our translation as close as possible to our target language culture, while foreignization, on the other hand, preserves the values of the target of the source text, in the sense that it resists dominant target language cultural values, so as to signify the linguistic and cultural difference of the foreign text. Okay, so here with foreignization, we tend to preserve the principle, the values, okay, of the target language expression, the target culture. We keep the cultural expression, okay, in our translation. We tend to be as close as possible to the source language culture here with foreignization. Those who support domestication argue that it helps the reader understand the text easily. Okay, with domestication, okay, those who encourage the use of domestication, they says that we make our readers understand the translated text easily. Others suggest that domestication blurs acculturation and discourage critical thoughts that challenge the target language. So those who are against the usage of domestication, they says that this won't help Arabic readers, the target readers, to get to know the culture of the foreign language. Okay, so in order to get to know, to understand the or to educate ourselves, okay, to educate our audience, we need to use foreignization. So foreignization educate our audience, educate our readers. Okay, so here just examine this example here. I'll see you Friday noon in the bar. So according to domesticated Arabic translation for this sentence will be أراك ظهر الجمعة في المقهى. في المقهى يعني bar was translated or rendered into al-maqha because we don't have bars, and I don't have a bar in my street, and this might be unaccepted, okay, for for my audience. Also, foreignized Arabic translation for this sentence will be أراك ظهر الجمعة في الحانة. الحانة is foreignization, is a foreignization strategy. While here we have thousands were killed in the raid. استشهد آلاف في الغارة. Were killed rendered into استشهد because استشهد is close to our culture, okay, is used in our culture, while foreignized Arabic translation will be قتل آلاف في الغارة. Their story reminds you of Romeo and Juliet, is translated into تذكرك قصتهم بقيس وليلى. So قيس وليلى is a domesticated Arabic translation as a symbol for romance, in our culture, okay, Arabic culture, while Romeo and Juliet is a symbol for romance, for tragedy, in the source language. تذكرك قصتهم بروميو وجولييت. Okay, so here foreignized Arabic translation is تذكرك قصتهم بروميو وجولييت. So I cannot go through or go over every culture bound expression, okay, so but we will have other expressions inshallah next lecture, but I need you to just understand what is happening here. So the bar is translated into al-maqha. Why? Because bar is a place where we go to relax, to drink anything, to drink alcohol, maybe alcoholic drinks, wine, whatever, but we don't have such a thing in our culture. But we have another place that we go to relax and drink other kinds of drinks. Of course, we drink tea, we drink coffee, we drink whatever. So this is similar place, but a different one, okay, but still similar. So if you in the future face such an expression and you're been asked to translate it, you can either domesticate it by finding a close expression in your culture, or you can foreignize it by using the same expression, render it exactly the same. But if you feel that your readers cannot understand what is meant by this expression, you need to just add further explanation to your translation, okay. But I think al-hana here is quite none in our culture, but sometimes the translators just tend to be more decent, more respectful to the culture of our of the target language. Okay, so this is all for today's lecture. I hope it was helpful. I hope it was easy for you. Thank you for listening and have a good day.